Hello guys, first of all I welcome you all to interview question series. Now onwards we are looking for the interview question related to Python. We previously completed the sets regarding the Power BI, Tableau and SQL as well. We are moving towards the Python right now. Okay. Also, we are just getting some of the foundational understanding of in the first session or first set, and then move towards the other important questions. Clear? So let's start the today's session. First question of the today's session is what is Python? Okay, so Python is a high level general purpose programming language. Okay, it's a high level general purpose programming language that is used to develop any kind of application, be it is a web app, machine learning app. Okay, so if you want to build the machine learning model, or you can perform the data analysis with respect to that, okay, we can use the Python in variety of ways. It's a versatile language we have and offers a many customizations as well. It is first released in the 1991 by the person Guido van Rossum. Okay, Guido van Rossum. And we have various flavors also with respect to the Python. C Python is there, right, which is related to the C language we have. Okay, J Python is there, which is related to the JavaScript and all these applications. So we can create our own flavor if I wanted to work with the Python as well. Okay, also Python is an open source. All the code and all those things and all the improvements are available in the public. So Python is a high level general purpose programming language used for many applications. Clear? So let me just go with the other questions we have. Why Python? Okay, why Python? Python is a high level general purpose programming language. Python is a programming language that is used to create desktops, GUI, graphical user interface app, websites and online applications. Python as a high level programming language also allows you to concentrate on the application's essential functionality while it handles routine programming duties. The basic grammar limitations for the programming languages make it considerably easier to maintain the code base intelligible and the applications manageable. So that's why we will prefer the Python over the other programming language. It's simple to use. Okay, it's a simple to use, and much of the stuffs you can automate with respect to the Python. Okay, next question we have, how to install the Python. Okay, there are many ways to install the Python at first place. Okay, so we can install the most famously Anaconda Navigator. Okay, Anaconda use to go to the anaconda.org and install the Anaconda offering. With the Anaconda offering we will get the Python as well, along with the essential other tools such as Jupyter Lab and Jupyter Notebook. Okay, Spider LDE is there. So some of the things with respect to that as well. Or we can just download the individual offering of Python with going their official app or web portal using the python.org, and there we can just download the latest version of Python as well. So right now it is the 3.10 versions which is in the regular use and which have a pretty much important functionality they can offer. So in this graph you can see that this is a process. Just go to the anaconda.org, click on the download Anaconda, then also we have to run the executable installer. Also there is an intermediate step is there where we have to just give them the email credentials where we can just send the executable file link. Then we have to add the Python to the environment available. This can be also automated while installing the Python in the system. Then the verify Python installation by going towards the CMD and typing the Python in the command line prompt. If you face any error, then the installation is not done. If you face nothing, then Python is installed successfully. And then we can also go towards, if you are downloading the Anaconda Navigator, then you just turn on the Anaconda Navigator and go to the Jupyter Lab or Jupyter Notebook, whatever we prefer, and start coding there. So this is a simple 4-step procedures to install the Python in your system. Next, what are the applications of Python? Okay, Python is notable for its general purpose character, which allows it to be used in practically any software development sector. Python may be found in almost every new field. It is most popular programming language and may be used to create any applications. So this is the application of Python programming language. We can develop web apps, okay, machine learning app, machine learning models, doing the data analysis, something like EDA processes, do an visualization with respect to that, okay, any kind of applications we can use. Clear? Then these are some of the applications we have with respect to that, such as web applications. We can use Python to develop web applications. It contains HTML and XML libraries, JSON libraries, email processing libraries, request libraries, beautiful soap libraries, which is used for web scraping, feed parser libraries, and other internet protocols. Instagram uses Django, a Python web framework, for developing its web applications. Then we have a desktop GUI applications, graphical user interface. The graphical user interface is an user interface that allows for easy interaction with any program. Python contains the TKGUI framework for creating the user interface. Then we have a console based applications as well. Okay, so the command line or shell is used to execute console based programs. They are computer programs that are used to carry out orders. This type of programs was more common in the previous generations of computer. It is well known as a REPL, or a read eval print loop, which makes it ideal for command line applications. So there are many REPL tools are available. Those can be made using the Pythons as well. Then Python has a number of free libraries and modules that helps in the creation of command line applications. To read and write, the appropriate 10 libraries are used. It has a capabilities for processing parameters and generating console help text built in. Okay, there are additional advanced libraries that may be used to create a standalone console applications. Next we have a software development applications. Okay, Python is useful for the software development sector. It is supports language that may be used to establish control and management, testing, and other things. Okay, so these are the some of the things we have with respect to the software development as well. Then we have an application regarding the scientific and numeric. Okay, this is the time of artificial intelligence in which a machine can execute tasks as well as person can. Okay, Python is an excellent programming language for artificial intelligence and machine learning application. It has a number of scientific and mathematical libraries that makes doing difficult computation simple. So we have a various libraries with respect to that in Python, such as NumPy is there, Pandas is there, so used for the computations and EDA processing. Clear? So you can see their example as well. Then we have a business applications is also there. Standard apps are not as same as the business applications. The type of program necessitates a lot of scalabilities and readability, which Python gives. Odoo, a Python based all-in-one application that offers a wide range of business applications. The commercial application is built on the Teraton platform, which is provided by Python. Then we have a audio or video based applications. We have Python is a versatile programming language that may be used to construct the multimedia applications. Team Player, C Play, and other multimedia programs written in the Python are the example of such applications. Clear? Then we have a 3D CAD applications are there. Engineering related architectures is designed by the CAD, computer aided designs. It is used to create a three-dimensional visualizations of a system component. The following features in Python can be used to develop the 3D CAD application, such as Fernando, a popular one. Then Cambox is also a popular, in any CAD is also there for general purpose use of engineering related stuff, engineering related CAD stuff. Okay, then we have a enterprise applications as well. Okay, so Python may be used to develop the apps for uses within the business or organizations. Open ERP, Teraton, Picalo, all these real-time applications are the example of that. Okay, then we have a image processing is there. If I have like we have a library called OpenCV is there, Pillow is there, Simple ITK is there. These are some of the libraries we have with respect to image processing applications as well. Next question we have for the day: what is the advantages of Python? Python is a general purpose dynamic programming language that is a high level and interpreted. Its architectural framework prioritizes code readability and utilizes indentation extensively. Okay, third party modules are present. These are first advantages we have. Then we have a several support libraries available, such as NumPy for numerical calculations, Pandas for data analytics, etc. Then we have a community development and open sourceness. This is the main advantage of Python. We have the Python is adaptable, simple to read, learn and write. Then we have a support of data structure that is pretty easy to work on. It is a high level. High level means it is a human interpretable, not a machine interpretable. Okay, so human can read and write just like a simple English syntax we have, right? Then we have the language that is dynamically typed. No need to mention data type based on the value assigned to it. Okay, then we have object oriented applications as well. We have a interactive and transportable, so it is not a platform dependent as well. Ideal for prototypes since it allows you to add additional feature with the minimal code. It is highly effective as well. Also we have a application with respect to IoTs, also portable and interpreted language across the operating system we have. So there are many applications with respect to the Pythons we have, right? So that's why the Python are the preferred language in this case. Okay, next question we have, what are the key features in Python? Okay, Python is one of the most popular programming language used by data scientists and AI ML professionals, which is this popularity is due to the following features of Python. So Python is easy to learn due to its clear syntaxes and readability. Python is easy to interpret, making debugging easy. Python is free and open source. It can used across the different languages. We can use something like C Python is there, J Python is there, right? So it is object oriented language that supports concept of classes as well. Functional programming language is also supported. Procedure is also supported. Then scripting is also supported. These are the various kind of things with respect to the Pythons we can do, right? The next question we have for the day, what do you mean by Python literals? Okay, a literal is a simple and direct form of expressing a value. Literals reflect the primitive type of options available in that language. Integers, floating point numbers, booleans and characters string are some of the most common form of literals. The following literals are supported in Python. So we have a string literals are there, numeric literals are there, boolean literals are there and special literals are there. If I just go with the example directly, so here is a string literals where the character enclosed within the quotes. We have integers are there such as 0, 1, -1, 2. In the general language we can make this as a whole number. Then the long literals are there. The thing about the long literals is that we don't have any specialized data type with respect to the long literals, right? So we can store the long value in the int format only, such as 3.14 into 10 raised to 12. This is a pretty big value, right? This is a pretty big value. We can store this value in the integer only. Okay, then we have a float literal is there, complex is there. Okay, complex is such like 12i plus 0j, something like that. This is a complex number where we have an imaginary part and real part. Okay, it has an application in electronics and somewhere related to the computer programming, right? Then we have a boolean literals which consist of and true and false values. Then special literals are there, which is called as none. None is represented as an object which contains no value, right? None is an also type of literals we have. Then we have a Unicode literals as well, if we have anything with respect to that applications. Then we have some built-in data collection types are also there. List is there, tuple is there, dictionary is there and set is also there. So these are the literals. Basically means that if you are having an variable which assign that value with that variable, right? If I just take a is equals to 10, right? So this 10 is an integer literal we have. If I do something like a is equal to hello, so it's a string literal we have assigned to the variable a. So these are the examples we have with respect to the literals as well. Okay, next question we have, what types of language is Python? Okay, Python is interpreted, interactive, object-oriented programming language. Classes, modules, exceptions, dynamic typing, and extremely high-level dynamic data types are all present. Python is an interpreted language with the dynamic typing. Because the code is not converted to the binary form, those languages are sometimes referred as a scripting language. Okay, while I say dynamically typed, I am referring to the fact that types don't have to be stated when coding. The interpreter finds them out at runtime, such as if I give the example here, a is equal to 10, right? If I haven't specified a type, whether it is a floating point, integer, something like that, so we do not have to do it explicitly. That's why it's a dynamically typed programming language. Okay, then the readability of Python, Python's concise, easy to learn syntax is prioritized. Okay, lowering software maintenance cost. Python provides the modules and packages allowing for program modularity and code reuse. The Python interpreter and its comprehensive standard library are free to download and distribute in source or binary form for all major platforms we have. Clear? So next question we have for the day: how is Python is interpreted language? Okay, an interpreter takes your code and executes. Okay, so it does some actions that you provide, then produces variables you specify, and performs a lot of behind the scene works to ensure it works smoothly or warns you about issue. Python is not an interpreted or compiled language. The implementation's attribute is whether it is interpreted or compiled. Okay, Python is a bytecode, a collection of interpreter readable instructions that may be interpreted in the variety of ways, such as if you save the file .py extension, Python generate a set of instructions for the virtual machine from the source code. This intermediate form is known as bytecode, and it is created by compiling .py source code into the .pyc, which is the bytecode. This bytecode can then be interpreted by the standard CPython interpreter or PyPy's just-in-time compiler. Python is just as an interpreted language because it uses an interpreter to convert the code you write into a language that your computer's processor can understand. You will later download and utilize the Python's interpreter to be able to create Python code and execute it on your own computer when working on it, right? So that's why the Python is a interpreted language we have. Next question we have: what is PEP8? Okay, what is PEP8? So PEP means Python Enhancement Proposals. Okay, often known as PEP8 or PEP-8, a document that outlines best practices and recommendation for writing Python code. It is written in 2001 by Guido and Wasson, Barry Warsaw, and Cohen. The main goal of PEP is to make Python code more readable and consistent. Python Enhancement Proposal is an acronym for Python Enhancement PEP as well. Okay, and there can be numerous of them. A Python Enhancement Proposal PEP, a document that explains new features, suggestions, and Python's detailed element of Python for community such as design and style we have. Okay, so it's nothing but how to write the program, how to well structure it. All those things are mentioned in the PEP8. Okay, so next question we have for the day and the last question for these sessions, right? What is namespace in Python? Okay, in Python, a namespace is a system that assigns a unique name to each and every object. A variable or a method might be considered an object. Python has its own namespace, which is kept in the form of a Python dictionary. It's look like a dictionary file system structure in a computer. As an example, it should be go without saying that a file which is same name might be found in the numerous folder. Okay, however, by supplying the absolute path of file, one may be routed to its desired destination. A namespace is essentially a technique ensuring that all of the names in the programs are distinct and may be used interchangeably. You may already be aware that everything in Python is an object, including string, list, functions, okay, and so on. Another notable thing is that Python uses dictionaries to implement namespaces, right? A namespace, name to name object mapping exists with names serving as a key and the object serving as a value. The same name can be used by many namespaces. Each mapping is to be a distinct object and can be mapped to a distinct values as well. Okay, and we have a various example of namespaces are there. Local namespaces are there, then we have a global namespace are there, then we have a built-in namespaces are there. So just look at the local namespace. We have this namespace stores all the local names of a functions. This namespace is created when the function is invoked and only leaves still the function returns. Okay, then we have a global namespace. Names from the various imported modules that you are utilizing in the project are stored in the namespace. It is formed when the module is added to the project and lasts till the script is completed. Then we have a built-in namespace are there. This namespace contain the names of built-in functions and exceptions. So this is the questions we have with respect to the namespaces. Okay, so that's for all these sessions, right? And we will meet in the next sessions with the more interview question related to Python. Till then, goodbye.